Brian, what's going on?
How are we doing today?
Oh, we're doing well. Well, indeed. Excited to get into this and appreciate you joining us.
Nice. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. What's up, Prez?
What's up, Wolf?
I am doing good. All right. I think we have all of our speakers. I need somebody else to here. Stock market news. Evan, accept co-host.
Yep, done.
Cool. And I can get memes up here. I think. Okay, cool. All right. That should be all. Oh, wait. All right, Ben, I got to take you down because I need a speaker spot. All right.
No.
No, Ben, not all right.
You can take me down if you need. I don't care.
No. Chill.
All
We
right.
had planned speakers. I just need the other spot for. We're gonna chat more, Ben. Don't worry.
Okay, I know.
All
He's
right.
out.
Okay, I'm bringing up TikTok investors because they were the other planned one, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm also gonna go ahead and real quick just put out a tweet, let everybody know that we are live, and if anybody could share that or tweet out themselves, that would be awesome. All right, give me like 10 seconds. Evan, how's everything going by you?
Doing good, dude. Moving into a new apartment. I heard the little bed talk. My mattress is still on the floor right now. I'm staring out on the floor. We're gonna have to build a bed frame later tonight, so that's what I'm focusing on. A little distraction off of what we're gonna be talking about here. But I'm super excited for this, dude. It's gonna be good space.
Perfect. Okay, that tweet is out. We have all of our speakers up here. I think we're ready to dive into it. Super diverse panel, which I love, coming from all different areas. But welcome in, everybody. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the meme economy today. And a lot of us grew up with a lot of really popular memes that were kind of like in our life. I know I grew up on iFunny. There's probably some people from a generation before here and after here on that, but that was like the classic to me. And it was like part of the childhood. And it's become more than a picture. It's become conversation. It's become references and a connection. And in fact, as we see on here, there's a lot of accounts that are up here that have built basically a brand off of the meme lifestyle, the meme economy. And now these pictures and ideologies are actually becoming things of value. We've seen it with, the NFT world where you can take something, put it onto that blockchain and give a value on it based on what someone's willing to pay, right? Supply and demand. We're going to dive into that. We've got Dankbank on here as a co-host today. They are really creating an area of the future where people are going to be able to trade and engage with these things. We have some Dankbank people that are collaborating with them. We've got some meme people. So there's a bunch of ways to go about this. Harry, you had a bunch of great ideas you wanted to, throw out there. I have a few I want to go with. First off, I want to just kind of intro Harry from Dankbank. If there's any background you want to give just to start with that, and then we can get rolling.
I'll give a quick background on what Dankbank is, and then we can talk history. Dankbank is, in one simple sentence, Dogecoin on steroids. We are a platform for the fractional trading of NFTs of literal memes created by the original creators that have gone viral, but that never got paid what they deserve. Bad Luck Brian, Success Kid, Harambe, Tips Fedora, Carol Baskin's wedding photo. Anything you can basically imagine that's a meme, we will list it and we will have people trading it. And we launch next week.
Perfect. Short and sweet, right to it. It's a great point. There's definitely people that are involved that kind of had those viral moments, but really never were able to capitalize off of them. And we're seeing a shift. And I actually think we'll start with Bad Luck Brian first. One of the shifts that I've seen here, for example, is a very recent meme which blew up on the internet was Bing Bong, right? The guy yelling Bing Bong in the video. Now, he went viral, right? He's standing there yelling Bing Bong into the thing. It blows up on TikTok, blows up on Twitter, everywhere else. 10 years ago, that's it, right? Maybe a few people recognize him. Maybe it goes a couple places. Now, he's taking that and turning it into a full-on lifestyle. Literally he requests as I speak. I don't have speaker spots. All right, Brian, I might, not that like Brian, the other Brian, I might take
Now
you
kick
out.
off. Bye, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
All right,
I love you.
I'll bring up Bing Bong guy, but basically he's turning this into a full-on like lifestyle, and so many others are where they can capitalize on it, make an NFT project, and make more. So I want to go first to Bad Luck Brian, who's on here, to get a little bit of your background if you want to share it with us as to kind of who you are and how this all happened. Even I think some people are curious, and then we get the Bing Bong guy, and we can kind of make our way around.
Sure, yeah. So my real name isn't Brian, unfortunately. It's Kyle. And I took the famous Bad Luck Brian photo back in 2007, 2006, somewhere around there. And it was, kind of as a joke. Most people come up to me and go, "Oh, shoot, Kyle, we feel bad that everybody's making fun of you on the internet." And, fortunately, it was kind of a prank that I did. So, back in high school, I would like to goof off a lot. And one of my opportunities to do that was with Picture Day. So, leading up to Picture Day, I went to Catholic high school, so you had like uniforms, but one thing you could do is get sweater vests. So, went down and bought a stupid sweater vest. Chose the purple background when I went up to take my photos. Rubbed my eyes, took the stupid photo, and here we are 20 years later as an internet meme. So, me and I have a business partner, Ian, who's my friend actually, and he's the one who originally posted it back in 2012, something like that, on Reddit, and kind of organically grew into what it is today. And we've been very fortunate that we've kind of capitalized on some of those opportunities with licensing agreements and appearances and doing commercials. And I did like a McDonald's commercial and Super Bowl commercial for Volkswagen. And but I'm very lucky compared to a lot of memes who have a internet photo that blows up overnight, and they don't see anything for it. So that's kind of a little background about me and what I've been up to.
Awesome. And then, so just quick follow-up question on that. What do you see, like, what is Dankbank allowing people to do now for people who are in a similar situation to yourself? I know that you're, engaged with them in different talks. What does that platform allow to happen?
Well, the way I got hooked up with Harry was he actually bought my NFT, about a year ago, and we started chatting on Twitter or whatnot, and he came up with this idea, and I know he has some other partners helping him too, but it's all about helping those memes that have had no voice and allowing them to actually take control of their actual memes. So since I am a meme, I do get to meet tons of other memes. Success Kid, Overly Attached Girlfriend. I met Grumpy Cat when it was live. You just run into a lot of them at different events and venues, and it's pretty much the same story over and over again. It's like, well, it sucks that everybody uses my photo and I can't really do anything about it. And I agree. What are you going to do about it? And this is kind of the only venue I've seen so far that's really giving us back control. So when Harry approached me about joining him in this kind of new venture, I said, absolutely, sounds great. Let me know how I can help out.
Love it. Love it. Great way to get started. Perfect. Okay. So real quick, just because we had him up here and I referenced him a minute ago, and I think it's someone who's kind of taking advantage of what Web3 is allowing now. So we brought up the Bing Bong guy who I had the chance to meet with in person about a week back. Hope we've been doing good since. I just wanted to, we're going to make our way through the whole panel. So I'll ask everyone to just be like mindful of time because there's a lot of people here that we want to get to speak. But just if you could give us maybe a couple minutes on how this event went viral and then changed kind of your life because of what Web3 is, implementing. Can you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. What's going on, guys? Bad luck, Brian. You're a legend, bro. I'm so excited to be putting I guess face to the other way around, a name to the face. You're actually a legend. I think everyone in this entire world has seen that meme before. But going back to what you were saying is that when a viral moment happens, people kind of think that you just kind of go viral and everything just kind of picks up from where it just left off and things just fall into place. For me personally, I tried to establish a personality for mine. I tried to create something that, let me backtrack. I saw a white space with the Knicks. The Knicks were on a hot streak. The Knicks were at the beginning. I'm a big Knicks fan. So I turned it into a Knicks personality where I turned it into a motivating person for the Knicks. Ultimately, the Knicks had a bad season, but we pivoted to NFTs. But at the end of the day, similar to what you're saying, is that if I were to just say Bing Bong and that video would have come out, probably a week or two later, it would have, maybe people were saying Bing Bong or whatever, but they wouldn't have associated it with me anymore. It would have just been oh, Bing Bong, you know what I'm saying? It would have separated, and that's why I appreciate what you guys are talking about, where the mass consumer, they kind of don't see that there's it requires work to go viral, and it like requires actual business development abilities and skills and being able to understand a niche market and how to penetrate it. And I think you did a great job with that, Bad Luck Brian, because I think that yes, your image is absolutely hysterical, but it's actually iconic because it stayed relevant for such a period of time. And I kind of see a personality to it. Like I've never met you before, but I kind of think I know you just because of that image, and I think that's because you did a great job building your brand around that image. But yeah, it's just kind of taking advantage of an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's dive a little bit further into taking advantage of these opportunities. And I want to talk both for the consumer as well as the creator, right? So Ashley, you're on here. You are the chief titty officer, I believe, for Dankbank, something along those lines. I might be getting it slightly off, but talk with me
No,
about.
perfect.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Talk with me about kind of what you're doing there and why you see this. Ultimately, why do we create these things? Because people are going to find them useful. Why would they find them useful? Hopefully, they're going to be able to find opportunities to create profit, other things like that. So, what do you see in this space? Why are you working, with Dankbank? Just walk us through it.
Well, I was introduced to Dankbank by one of my good friends, Chad, in the space. And Harry's a cool guy. We were on a call and he explained to me the meme economy. And that really, I feel like in the space where we're seeing NFTs and crypto and all these, meme coins and PFPs, all that stuff going viral and making lots of money. I feel like memes are like the perfect way to, you know, I don't know. I felt for a very long time, like I started using, Meme Droid and those kind of things. And like, I've always found like a lot of value because, it's just like in comedy, you pay comedians to entertain you. With memes, they do the same thing, but they are like this moment, like, Bad Luck Brian and meme, Bing Bong Guy and all these different, moments they captured, like not just, a picture or, whatever, it's a feeling. And I think that's, like the way that Dankbank is doing this. They're not just doing like, they're not just selling pictures, they're selling a feeling, where everyone came together and could laugh at something mutually without arguing about it for once. So that's kind of what I see in this whole thing, is that it's so ridiculous and hilarious that it's almost beautiful in a very weird, disturbing way. So that's kind of, like we're just trying to spread the joy of memes and, maybe people can monetize off of them. That's kind of what I see and what I joined Dankbank for.
Perfect. I want to bounce right off of that to a guy who I call memes. So Wall Street Memes is in here. Memes. I asked you, I think one of the times when we were in person, kind of asked you like, what's your superpower, right? Like, what are you really good at? And your instant answer was creating memes, right? Like that is what you are great at and you're avidly doing on a daily basis. So I'm curious, how do you see a platform like this? Because right now, right, all these memes that you put out, you don't really monetize them, right? Because it's not on YouTube necessarily. It's more like you have to find other ways to monetize the audience and stuff. But what if there was a world here where you can create a meme, and now that meme has value and a marketplace and could be even fractionalized. Let's say it blows up, right? It's the next big thing. A month later, you add it to this marketplace. People can maybe get shares in it. It becomes something that's more established. That's just an idea of mine. But I'm curious if you want to talk with us as to like what memes like mean to you here, and do they, is there an economy around them?
Yeah. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Yeah, I mean, obviously, our whole brand is Wall Street memes, and it's very niche to the stock market, to the crypto markets. But yeah, as you said, we don't really directly monetize the memes that we make. And the first time that I played around with NFTs before we launched our collection, I would actually just take a viral meme, like if it was on Instagram and it had like 20,000 likes or something like that, went super viral. I would actually test it out and make an NFT out of it and just like list it. And that's when I saw, the potential of Web3, because people would buy it. It wasn't like an insane amount of money, but a meme that I would make, people would pay like $200-300, equivalent of fiat for. So that's when actually I kind of saw the whole connection of the meme economy and Web3 as a whole. So I think what Dankbank is doing has tremendous opportunity because, if someone owns the IP to a meme, you could even go outside of just the internet. What if a huge company wants to use it for, their commercials, and they want to pay you, a percentage licensing fee or something like that, or they want to use it on their products. So I think it's a huge opportunity that wasn't, really tapped into. Our whole brand and business kind of works on memes, but in a different way. We just kind of memify what is happening in the financial markets, and memes are the best way to communicate with an audience. Like no one can capture an audience and connect with an audience better than really good meme makers. So uh, I think they're here to stay for decades, and as the internet gets bigger, as Web3 gets bigger, Dankbank can go to the moon. So I'm all about it.
Love it, love it. All right, Harry, I've been kind of bouncing around to people. There's some more people I want to bring up. Bing Bong, gonna just rotate real quick. We're gonna get the chief simp officer up here as well. I also see the Doge owner, I think, is in the crowd. We'll get you up here shortly. So Prez, you're also, father of the meme economy, self-proclaimed, inside of there. I would love to hear from you. Let's get some history here, a little bit more evolution, your vision with this. What does this look like in 5 years as well? I'm just very curious as to the vision.
Oh man, that's a great question. To be honest with you, I mean, I was grown in a petri dish from a chunk of skin that we removed from Harry's back around a year ago, and so this is really the only life experience I've ever known. But uh, my hope is that we eventually live in a world where, I think the real value in the meme economy is in being able to, invest in virality as it's happening. Every single day, every single week, a new meme goes massively viral, and everyone in the world can recognize it. So if the most valuable things are the most recognizable, and we create a world, we create an infrastructure where every meme can begin its life on chain, then ideally we end up in a world where people can make a living just having their finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world of memes and in comedy and in pop, uh, and putting their money on those beliefs.
Perfect. Harry, you want to tag on that?
Yeah, I mean, the origin of this is basically this subreddit called Meme Economy, where people sort of joked about this for a long, long time. There's these millions of people who sort of they joked about investing in virality. They joked about being meme analysts who just dedicated themselves to uncovering and investing in memes that have viral potential. And then all these meme sort of fake meme trading platforms started popping up. There's like NASDAQ, meme trades, all these things that were sort of dedicated to the idea of investing in memes, but not the actual, literal ability to do it, which is what we're building. So, now that NFTs have come along and these things have real value, all these crazy people, David After Dentist, Bad Luck Brian, Tips Fedora, the meme economy became real in an instant. And these things became collectibles with like non-trivial value. They're auctioning for like hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. The Doge NFT is worth what, $50 million right now? For a brief period, it was the most valuable NFT in existence. It went up to something like $200 million. So we've seen the ability for memes to conquer markets like AMC, GameStop, dog coins, all sorts of Dogecoin and Sheeb and things like that. The problem with those is that they're not backed by the meme itself. What we're trying to create is the ability to invest in the actual meme itself. Meme NFTs are the logical extension of that. The fact that for the longest time these things have been unmonetizable, that these people go viral without any sort of real recognition to the actual brand they've created. They've seen really no payday. And it's about time that changed. So Dankbank is creating the ability for people to invest in memes themselves. And they're not sold by these greedy hyper-capitalists desperate to make a quick buck. They're sold by the creators and the subjects themselves. And a lot of the time, it's really actually the first time they're getting paid properly for these embarrassing pictures and videos that went viral without their permission. So Dankbank is creating just a mechanism for people to take back ownership, to make millionaires and get paid what they deserve.
Yeah, so let's actually talk about the size of the economy, and also, all right, I wanted to bring up the Doge account. I didn't realize Erin was coming back up. She got bumped down, so we'll make this work. I'll get you back up here in just a minute, Erin. We're going to give the Doge account a second to speak, but before I do that, Harry, I'm curious if working in this, people probably look at this and go, "Well, how much money is there, right? How much can something sell for? What can the market cap of the meme economy be?" Do you have any type of figures besides for the Doge one that you want to kind of put out there for people to realize how much money's moving in this space?
Yeah, I mean, the issue that's been sort of recurring since meme NFTs started coming out was that they sell for so much money, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. Recently, it's so much money that really the only way you can get exposure to this stuff is if you have so much money that you can afford to spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. So what we're trying to do is create a platform where you don't need to be a multimillionaire to get a little bit of meme exposure. You can invest a few dollars into a dank meme just because you think it's funny, it was a part of your childhood, or you just believe in the meme.
Got it. Yep, that definitely makes sense. So real quick, you mentioned that Doge one was one of the most expensive ones. I saw the Doge NFT came in. I think you've kind of chatted with them. Do you want to speak for a minute and give us your thoughts, the Doge NFT?
Yes, much well. I'm actually, I wouldn't call myself the Doge owner, but definitely a fractionalized owner of Dog, which is our token name. But yeah, so I'm part of the Doge community. If people aren't necessarily up to date, Pleaser DAO did actually buy the one of one Doge NFT back in the auction of last summer. So we're big purveyors of provenance, making sure that you're actually owning the meme, and sometimes it feels like you're actually owning something that's more Doge than any other asset out there. So yeah, we're big friends of Dankbank. We actually had them on for a few of our last community calls too, and yeah, I would say everything everyone said so far is just on point of what we've been saying since we launched back in September, which is where fractionalized NFTs probably make the most sense for memes, because memes really do belong to the people. And when people feel like Doge, being like unequivocally one of the biggest memes ever, at least definitely for the past decade, and how like Dogecoin rose to be like the people's currency, it just made the most sense for Doge to be the people's art. And so Pleaser DAO, as the art collective, wanted to be able to give back to the internet, and the easiest way was to fractionalize it. So it only made sense that when Dankbank was making the meme market or the meme economy, that that it made sense to make a special place there, and be friends, and see how the future holds, and how Web3 can really empower the sense of ownership, especially for the people who have ended up creating the meme. So.
And
Perfect.
obviously, sorry, Wolf, like some of the important things about the Doge NFT is like it was created by the original owner of the Doge, the dog itself, the people that took the pictures, and it sold for $4 million. Even the $4 million wasn't, accessible to anyone other than a collective. So when PleaserDAO bought it, it was logical that it got fractionalized and then accessible to anyone. And that's what allowed it to become so valuable that, it's trading at these ridiculous numbers, despite it being, I would say, undervalued still. Dogecoin is trading at multiple billions of dollars, when the dog NFT itself, the one that's based on the actual picture, is trading at a fraction of that, despite it being backed by the original meme, the one that's got the provenance of the original owner behind it.
Yeah, which is an interesting point you make, because even the Doge NFT itself had to be bought by a collective, so it already seemed like it was just too unattainable to be held by one person, right? And I think that's that's where they just saw like, okay, owned by a collective, let's just continue to just distribute this out to anyone who wants to feel like they're finally owning provenance and, just like the origin of the meme, for mere pennies on the dollar. Like it's a pretty powerful feeling when you get to say that you own that meme, which is why we say dog is backed, because it's backed by the original meme, and it's all about provenance for sure.
Perfect. Awesome. I appreciate you coming up and sharing. Going to keep it rotating so we can get Aaron back up here, but it is a really cool topic to see that these popular memes, like I never knew about that, right? I didn't know that the Doge meme sold for millions and millions of dollars. I didn't know that memes were selling like that. I knew that some people had NFT'd, like I think I've seen people even on Twitter, NFT memes and stuff, but I haven't seen them really sell. But maybe that's just because it wasn't something that went super, super popular and shot out. But those things should have a place where, hey, this is going viral. This is starting to make a movement. Like there is money to be had here with virality, with opportunity, especially for, again, the creators, but also for people that want to buy into that mission, right? There's a ton of people that bought Dogecoin, right? And Dogecoin is a volatile, right, asset right there. And they probably would also be interested. Hey, we love this. Maybe we want to be a part of it. Maybe we can even own fractionalized, opportunities, fractionalized shares of the actual meme itself, right? So different opportunity and things like that do seem to circle around. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the Chief Simp Officer, Aaron, real quick. I want to also throw it over first, though, to Fungible. A lot of people are excited that you're going to be on this space, so thank you, for coming on with us and chatting. Fungible, I wanted to just get your thoughts on kind of what we've been talking around with the meme economy, and then we'll hit Aaron. If any, John W. or TikTok, if either you want to speak as well, happy to make that happen. Respect if you don't want to. And then I have a bit of several things I want to go over that Harry kind of shot me. And also another question from Ramp. Okay, so first I'll go to Fungible, and then we have a few other things lined up.
Yo, thanks, Wolf. I just want to say too, you're so fucking good at hosting. It's really appreciated. But yeah, thanks for the intro. Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like memes are our cultural distillations in their highest, most like viral form. They are like the keystone components of our digital era, our digital generation. And they're just so valuable and so culturally and historically significant. So when I first met with Prez and Harry, and they dank pilled me, it was kind of a no-brainer, like just being able to not only give memes and the power and significance behind them back to the people, but also to recognize and support and empower the lucky / unfortunate, bad luck and good luck people that became famous because of them. That was something that I just thought it clearly has never been done before to the same scale. So yeah, just a super.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, so it was.
Hello. I'm testing the Wi-Fi from an airplane, and I have no idea if it's working. I can see like laughing emojis, but I have I can't hear anybody.
Aaron, this is why I can't
hi
take
guys.
anywhere. Please.
My life is a meme.
Okay.
I'm up in the
All
sky
right.
on a Twitter space. Good, y'all can hear me. Well, maybe ask a question. I might be able to hear it and answer it. Let's test it out.
Here's my question. Can you hear us? That's a no. Okay.
No, I can't
right.
hear you, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk for 2 minutes, since I probably only have like 30 seconds before I get disconnected again. But I'm happy to be part of Dankbank. I'm the queen of simps. That's my role within the company. Oh my god, everyone's DMing me that I can't hear y'all. I really can't. But super excited to post memes because one, they're funny. Oh, someone was talking. Shit. I'm so sorry. I don't know who was talking. I apologize for that. I'll keep going just really fast. So one, they're really easy to find. They're super current. I mean, you look on Facebook, you look on Twitter, you see memes every day, all day. They definitely put me in a better mood, and the fact that you can make your own and really bring out this like reflection of your creativity. That's what I like. Like with Ashley, she does a lot with titties, and they're funny, you know, and she's able to make memes of it. And yeah, I'm super excited for how this is going to do a lot with their platform. And can y'all still fucking hear me? Am I still here?
Yes,
This
but
is
you can't hear us.
impressive. Okay, bye, Wolf. Bye, guys. I love y'all. I'm gonna listen
I love you too.
now.
I'm like,
Bye.
I'm not surprised at all with how this went.
I love her so much.
Yeah, this is classic. I can just imagine she's like on like a very crowded plane too, doing this. So I'm not surprised. All right,
People are shooting her the dirtiest looks on that plane.
she's about to become a meme. It's just her on the phone on an airplane screaming. We're gonna put it on Dankbank. I love it. All right, Fungible, bring it back to you.
Yo, thanks, Wolf. And yeah, no worries for the interruption. Yeah, no. So I guess like pretty much to echo everything that was just said, I think memes are just a super integral part of our culture. I feel like they present themselves and have shown their value in the NFT space. But the idea of fractionalizing them for the people, making them accessible, and rewarding those who, you know, made the memes, the faces behind the memes, is just super powerful. So yeah, super bullish on this. My role is to just hold down the vibes. TBD on how that looks. I feel like I'll mostly be tasked with keeping Prez and Harry out of jail, keeping their vibes good and safe for, yeah, just like staying alive. But yeah, very excited, super dope people on the team, and stoked for the launch.
Sweet. Okay. I have a couple of questions for yourself, Harry, and then we can make our way back around with some of those topics that you had sent me. So this is a couple of questions. So one, will Dankbank allow anyone, let's say one of these speakers, to sell their own meme NFTs on the platform? And number two, what are the requirements to list on the platform? Kind of go hand in hand.
So to begin with, it's just for legendary memes, just for memes that have extreme cultural significance that we know are going to be super valuable because they've been around the internet. Billions of people have seen them, and they're more recognizable than any sort of legacy art piece. You know, people recognize Bad Luck Brian more than they recognize Picasso. Now, if Ashley wanted to mint a titties NFT, we'd be receptive, but because it's not quite as legendary. The requirements are a tad more stringent. So to begin with, no, we're limiting the amount so that we can have a sort of curated supply of memes. You know, legendary vines, legendary viral videos, and legendary sort of early 2000s, 2010s, and current memes. But with time, you know, when we sort of unlock this meme economy and we allow anyone to sort of invest in virality as it happens, that's when we allow anyone to create their own meme and to monetize it. And the way that looks is that when we create sort of the V2 of Dankbank, it's going to be a meme creation platform wherein you can create your own meme, you can create your own meme template, and depending on how well the template does, depending on if it's popular, if people are using it, if it goes viral, or if it's already gone viral, then it meets the threshold sort of usage where people can monetize it and list it for trading. All that to say, though, that to begin with, we want to be a platform that's heavily curated and where, you know, it's not anyone can just list a meme. You know, we're not allowing just sort of a random new meme or a random individual to list on Dankbank. It's really heavily curated to make sure that, you know, our users don't get screwed over by fakes and things like that, because we want to make sure that the meme economy is authentic to begin with, and that you know, it's profitable or at least a funny thing to do.
Yeah, that's a great point. Harry, what's the greatest meme of all time?
My opinion is probably either Rickroll or Doge. Uh, More to come on the Rickroll NFT. Uh, I'll have to keep a little quiet about that for now, but we're bullish on that for sure. The real thing is, like, it's not about choosing the most legendary meme of all time. It's about choosing the one that's most relevant to you. And there's all kinds of stuff. There's like there's vines that people love that people saw in 5 years ago that they want to own a piece of. But it's individual. It's like everyone has their own favorite meme. It's not about choosing the best meme of all time.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It definitely does different strokes for different folks. I'm curious how far this can go, right? With becoming almost like a lifestyle. Like we have people that invest their portfolios in different ways. You have people that are just, I am going to buy and hold a VOO, VTI forever. You have super risky, the apes that are just in on AMC. You've got kind of people playing around in the middle. I wonder if this becomes something where people say, hey, here's something that I want to have allocation to, and then also how it works into the NFT space. So just some thoughts I'm pondering, not necessarily saying that they're answers. I'm also curious from a couple of our other speakers that are, in non-speaking roles up here. What's your favorite meme? And I've shot that over to a couple of them. I'm just kind of curious how that plays in. I also want to know if any of them have ever kind of thought about making money off of their likeness, right? Like, so we have Dr., the esteemed Dr. Parikh Patel, who I just found out his middle name is Alpha as well today. And, Dr. Patel, like that, right? Like that's a meme, right? There, like I've seen so many people Photoshop, the Parikh Patel face onto so many different things, and it always goes viral, right? Especially if he interacts with it, which I think is a big part of this whole economy that we're talking about right here. So I'm curious in a case like that, right? Like, what if somebody makes one of these accounts, like a John W. Rich account, a Greg account, a Dr. Parikh Patel account, right? It starts going viral. Can they then, right, take that profile picture that has now been put into all these different memes? Is that a meme, right? Is that something that can just be put now onto a decentralized exchange, fractionalized, and people can buy shares? And in that case, right, they're almost like buying into the growth of the account, right? Like as this account grows, more people are going to see it, more people are going to have eyes on this thing. I own a piece of this, and it kind of continues to grow like that. Is that something that you've thought about, Harry?
Yeah, I mean, people talk about social tokens a lot, but people talk about social tokens in the avenue of, if your favorite YouTuber wants to create their own token where it has some sort of random utility, then they can do so. But the real social token long play is memes themselves. Parikh has built this enormous brand around himself being, a living meme. Carol Baskin, Johnny Sins, all sorts of living memes exist where there isn't a specific image other than the profile picture that is the meme, but they as individuals are memes themselves, and I want to allow them to monetize themselves as well. Obviously Parikh's account and things like that. These things are all valuable, but the real monetization comes when you can directly trade sort of the future ability or the future virality of a YouTube video, of your favorite influencer, of your favorite Twitter account, and that's what we want to create. So when Parikh wants to mint his own NFT, when any of these sort of famous, when John Rich wants to mint his own NFT, when these guys want to capitalize on their success, when they want to capitalize on their virality, that's what Dankbank is built for.
Yeah, that's a perfect way to go about it. Also, hilarious. I just asked Parikh what his favorite NFT is. I loved his pick. He said his favorite NFT is, and I actually want to check real quick before I say this. It is, yeah, it still is. He said his favorite NFT is Greg's pinned tweet. So I'll put it up into the top real quick. So that is pinned up top now if anyone wants to check that out. But it's a pretty fantastic meme. Okay, Ashley, I want to throw you back into the conversation because obviously this is something which you've decided to work on. We've talked a little bit about this. So just a refresher to anybody that's come in as we were about 40 minutes into this, we're doing this space right now with Dankbank. You can see them up here as a co-host. Dankbank is building a platform where these legendary memes of our childhood and future can go on there, be fractionalized, and we can own pieces of them. People don't realize how much these things have sold for. Millions and millions of dollars, some of them tens of millions of dollars. The Doge meme, we have Bad Luck Brian on here. We just got apparently a little bit hint at Rick Roll and some other stuff that may be happening. So who knows what's coming to it, but clearly there's money going into this space. And I think a lot of people that are on this space right now, we've understood that although things may seem silly or childish when we first see them, once we look at the money flow and the opportunity and the demand for things, it starts to make sense. Like, I don't care what people think about Web3. If it's useful, right, and it works, that's when people are going to start being drawn towards it. So that is a little bit of just what's going on here. We have a great crowd up here, people that are either, in the meme economy themselves, work with Dankbank, different things like that. Maybe we'll take some questions in the last 10 minutes because I know we have some people requesting as well. So we can go down that road too. But again, something to look into. And for anyone that wants kind of a little bit of more of a peek, if you click into Dankbank's profile here, which first off, you should definitely go ahead and throw them a follow. I am following them. I suggest the rest of y'all go ahead and give them a follow. They are following 69 people. It's very meme-ish. And there is big stuff coming on March 17th. So you don't want to miss out on that. In addition to that, so I'll bring it back to Ashley. We just I just rolled through a bit of stuff there, but we've covered a lot of topics. Wanted to bring you back into it, see if you had any additional thoughts since we last spoke. Hit Fungible, bad like Brian again, potentially there in memes, and then bring up a couple of questions. Really, this is an initial one. We're going to be doing more of these, and as we get more into them, we're going to get more niche. We're going to discuss what are current memes that we think could blow up and move forward? Who are people on Twitter that are creating some of the best that could be ideal creators for this platform? Things like that. But Ashley, I'll just bring it back to you now, see if there's anything on your mind since we last talked.
Yeah, I just was listening to everyone talk about, what they actually like do, meme wise, and like their favorite memes. Like I'll say one of my very favorite memes, like old school, is like the Success Kid because it's so cute. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like everyone tries to make memes and imitate memes to make them successful, but only a few are really able to, make them, like Bing Bong guy was saying earlier, it requires some finesse to actually make them go viral or make them iconic in some way. Like Dankbank was saying, they get the legendary memes. And as much as I would love, my titty jokes to be, in the meme economy and maybe one day, but it's hard to make good memes. It's much harder than people give others credit for. Like, it's a moment in history, basically. Like that's, I don't know. I really love it. I love all of this. And I'm pretty bullish on the meme economy.
Good stuff there. Awesome. Mr. Wall Street memes. Actually, wait, real quick. I haven't really thrown it to you, Evan. Wanted to bring you into this. Would love to get your insight into this, and then also obviously your co-hosting if you want to ask any questions.
Yeah, no, I think this is really interesting. I think it's fascinating. I've been commenting a lot on the Dankbank posts. I'm a big fan of the Bad Luck Brian meme. I actually used it semi-recently when Jack stepped down as Twitter CEO and the stock jumped on that day. So I thought that was a good use for the meme. Yeah, I think it's really sick. I did have a question, might be a little off topic. I was wondering the Ashley's and Blonde Broker's titles in there. Was that given by Dankbank or was that self-chosen?
That was entirely self-chosen. We allowed them to create their own titles, and they chose the most absurd things they could think of very clearly. Although Ashley has been very vocally the queen of titties on Twitter for a long time, it was about time she got the appropriate title.
So is there any room for promotion in their titles? Or we have to
I don't know.
peak
It's
now?
kind of up to them. If they like a different title, it's up to them. But I don't know. I don't think Ashley's title can go any higher. I don't think there can be anything better than Chief of Titties for her.
It's true. That's pretty much like my career goals. Like now my life is complete.
Love to see it. Really good stuff there. Okay, memes. I want to bring you back into it as well. So, ideally for someone like yourself, right? You're out there every day trying to create legendary memes, right? You grab new meme templates. You see what hits. Is this something where you see yourself, let's say in the future, as it opens up to more than just, potentially legendary ones, and maybe there's a threshold, right? Your meme has to be seen by 1 million people or something, or it has to have gotten used by X amount of people or something like that, and then you can get it on here, and then we can fractionize it, people can buy in. Is that something that you think, would be part of your game plan in the future?
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely be interesting. I think that's a way for meme creators to monetize again. I mean, there's also this problem of like, people make memes, but like all the templates that I use for my memes, obviously I don't own the IP. to it. Like, it's not me in the memes. I didn't create the picture. I just used the picture and put something together of my own. So um, that's why I'm assuming that Dankbank has this kind of like structure where it has to be these legendary memes. The people that are in the memes have to kind of have some kind of ownership in it. So um, yeah, I mean, I think the only way it would work, if I see something funny, right? I take a picture of it and then I meme it, and then that goes viral. I think that would be a fair way for me to, potentially take advantage of it, list it on Dankbank, and then, if people want to own a share of it and monetize my meme, that's an opportunity. But those situations are so rare for meme makers like myself that we don't really own the IP to anything that we use. Um, so yeah, I mean, I would love to hear Dankbank's founders kind of like psychology behind how they want to structure this in like the next 5 years. Like, what's the 5-year plan for it? But I would love to monetize our memes more because sometimes they hit really well and people love it, and obviously millions of people see it. So if there's a way to take advantage of it, I think it would be a huge potential for the meme economy.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely curious here because the way I see the world right now is more and more people are getting pushed into a role where they're being told, hey, creating content and entertaining people on the internet is a job. It is something that you can feasibly do, and you'll probably make more money than your peers that are following that traditional route, right? Like, we didn't see this coming, I think, a few years ago, even to the point where it's escalated at this point. And maybe some people did, and they were very prescient, but not many did, I think. And now we're seeing it's a different world. So people are, attempting to create these legacy memes, but then also I wonder if there's some piece of this that's kind of like a DAO or kind of like a classic NFT project where, or even to simplify things, like a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter, right? Why do people in a lot of times go to these GoFundMes or to Kickstarters? Nowadays, if you have a solidish idea, it's not as difficult as it used to be to get capital. If you can put together a solid pitch deck, you have any, really type of IP, bit of a strong team, things like that. It's still, you're going to have to pitch your ass off and stuff, but there's still a feasible way to get capital from angels and others. So why do people go to these Kickstarter campaigns? Well, it's because they want a bunch of people to be backing them, to be excited about their product and want to come onto it and use it. Let's say if it's an app, or want to buy it, if it's a physical product, something along those lines. So that's where I see fractionalizing and allowing people to have ownership, potentially taking some of these legacy memes and reviving them. As somebody says, hey, every time I use this, if I own it, now we're getting it back out there. We're recirculating it for maybe some big buyer is going to see it. I can add something to this. Harry, is that kind of what you see as part of this mission here as well with the fractionalizing, is creating communities around these who are then incentivized really to put these things back out into the world?
Yeah, I mean, the problem with this stuff getting attention thus far has been that it's basically been a tiny group of very wealthy people who's had the capital to buy these things. There's maybe 5 people who own the vast majority of the NFTs that have ever been minted. But the point of fractionalizing them is that, it's about time that anyone was able to sort of join the community of each meme, and own a piece of it, rather than, relying on this small group of people to sort of pump the space or sort of be hosts of the meme economy. That's not how this stuff is going to play out long term. The long term of the meme economy is that anyone has the ability to invest in a meme, and that they have the ability to invest in whatever meme they want. Having this small group of people sort of control the entire thing just doesn't work. And we've seen that over the past year with, these things sell for a lot of money, but they don't get the attention they deserve because it's just one guy buying them. But the point is that, once you buy these things, once you own a piece of it, you join a community of other holders, people who have also bought a fractionalized piece of it. And that's sort of the potential of fractionalized NFTs as a whole, rather than an individual controlling the space. You can create a community. You can create a community of people who sort of have influence over the individual meme. They have influence over the roadmap of the meme, or what happens within that community that isn't sort of influenced by one guy or someone with a lot of money.
Great points there. All right, here we got about 9 minutes left here. Do you want to throw any questions to anybody in the crowd, mix them back in, or should we bring up some people to ask questions? How do you want to roll with it?
I would love to bring up Justin too soon. He is the meme manager. Some say he's sort of managed a lot of memes and allowed them to monetize their creations.
Is he requesting?
That's a good question, but let's invite him up.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll have to find him. I'm not sure I see him.
I see him right up top. I just invited him. If not, no worries. But yeah, he's been a big part of this. There's this handful of people who make a living basically off of being meme managers. Each of these guys each of these meme players, Bad Luck Brian included, needs someone sort of showing them how the best monetization can happen. And yeah, Justin Too Soon is one of those guys. But yeah, I'm happy to throw it to questions to whoever wants. I'm not particularly picky about that.
Cool. Justin, what's going on?
Hey guys, how's it going? So I met Harry. I guess he bought one of the first NFTs that I sold, which was Tips Fedora. And that's how I got into NFTs. I was a friend with Jerry Messing, the guy who is the subject of Tips Fedora. And he reached out to me because he knew I was doing some crypto stuff. And I helped him sell it. And it really helped him out. So he used to be an actor, and now he is... he's having a lot of problems with his health. He got COVID, and he went into a coma and all this stuff. And the money actually really helped him out. It helped him move places. And yeah, he never made any money, not a single dime off of being a meme. And that bit of money really helped him out.
And on that note, sorry, Wolf, we're gonna be auctioning 3 memes next Wednesday. Bad Luck Brian, Success Kid, Tips Fedora, 10% of each. For Tips Fedora specifically, because of his COVID complications, because of the medical issues he's had, we're gonna be fulfilling basically the entire ask he had on GoFundMe. So when you buy a piece of Tips Fedora, the goal is that we can sort of support his medical costs and monetize his meme to actually help this guy out.
That's pretty cool. Justin, I'm interested if you could kind of continue. So your bio says you trade memes. Harry said you're kind of being a manager in this area. Can you walk us through what that means and what the scope of this economy looks like? I would love to hear any specific numbers.
Yeah. As for specific numbers, I don't know how much I could give you on that, but I've worked with the Gregory brothers and Antoine Dodson and who else? The most recent one that I've worked with is The Real Spark. He did the viral video that was the flight attendant interview. It was the parody of the flight attendant interview with the duct tape. And I've reached out and I've been in talks with a lot of people in the meme space. And I know that there's a lot of people that are kind of like trying to take advantage of people that have memes and don't really know that. And I'm not taking a big cut. Like, I put all my money up front anytime I do NFT stuff with meme creators. Like, I pay everything and I take a small cut to recoup what I put in, gas fees, marketing, things like that. But yeah, it's a great space. All these people are very interesting and they go different ways. Antoine Dodson, for example, I kind of caught that. Someone else kind of worked with him to put his NFT up without any forethought. It was a 19-year-old kid in Canada that kind of put it up and it went really wrong. So I reached out because I had some experience in the space and kind of scooped it up, and I helped him navigate some legal issues because with Antoine Dodson, that the IP was owned by the the news station that basically filmed it, and they did DMCA. So I helped him navigate that, and it's been like a 9-month process to get him the license so he can mint these NFTs. There's just a lot of different areas that you have to think about that most people don't. A lot of NFTs start in the space of being owned by news stations or TV. So there's a lot of legal issues and things like that.
Very interesting. Any follow up on that, Harry?
Yeah. Antoine Dodson is the creator of the Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife interview. One of the most legendary news station interviews that's ever happened. And yeah, one of the NFTs that's going to be listed on Dankbank for trading. But yeah, one of the issues is that these NFTs are often owned by news stations or, sports teams or people other than the people that deserve to make the money off of them. So there's this big issue where we need to get license. A big thing is that obviously all of these NFTs are licensed. They're all authentic. They're all created by the original creator, and they all have the appropriate IP. And obviously, as Justin was saying, for the Antoine interview in particular, the Hide Your Wife, Hide Your Kids interview, it was owned by the news station. And so if Hide Your Wife, Hide Your Kids was minted by the news station itself, it'd be valuable. But the big thing for us is that it's important that the original creator gets paid, gets a payday. And the news station didn't deserve that payday, but it was important that he got the license to do it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to claim it as authentic. So a big thing for Antoine was, he deserved to get a payday from this legendary meme. And thanks to Justin, thanks to these meme managers, he was able to do that.
Love it. I also want to shout out Greg in the crowd. Greg, we've got your meme pinned up here as part of the evolution of the meme economy. It's a very important piece of history. Okay. All right. So we're coming up on 7. I want to go around and just get, any other thoughts anyone has. Actually, maybe we'll bring up one question or two. All right, Justin, is it okay if I rotate you out just to bring up some people ask questions?
Yep, no problem.
All right. Take care. Thanks for coming up. All right. So let's bring up one or two here. And hopefully we'll get some good questions, and then we'll kind of go from there. All right, Danielle, can you hear us?